Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. My name's Chase. This is my garage. Behind me is my 1979 Oldsmobile custom cruiser that started its life out as a diesel engine, and it's gonna continue to be a diesel engine. If you haven't already, go watch my other couple videos before this one to see what's going on here. Today we're gonna see about, well, I already kind of started. Made some little plates around these sleeve pieces that our steering rack's going to connect to. I got to finish welding that up today, or I'm about to finish welding that up today. And then I mentioned in the other video that I ordered the wrong thing on eBay, a steering joint kit. The main joint for this kit was a 30 spline and I need a 36 spline, so that was my fault. I found one on Amazon. That put me back 2 days on finishing the steering, but it's here now. So after I get that finished welding up, we'll see about working on the steering components, putting in a new steering shaft. Y'all, look what I just found. So I wasn't planning on recording this, but I just took out the bumpers from the frame on each side here, set it down. I walked out of the garage. I was walking back in. I noticed something in the frame rail. What is that? It's magnetic. Feels like there's something in it. Let's see what's in it. See if I can get this cleaned off with this tub of towel rag. It says key holder. Magnetic key holder. Thing on the bottom here. Let's see that. With thumb on top, forefinger on bottom, slide top. Definitely doesn't want to slide. See if I can get a screwdriver. There's something in there. Oh, there we go. Wrapped in a plastic bag. Look at that. That looks like a brand new door key. Four GM cars. That is a brand new spare key. I don't know if the camera can read that. Probably won't focus. How cool is that? I'll probably clean that up later. I'll probably use it still in the future. So I guess the next test is see if it actually opens the door. Someone's changed the locks all these years. So I got my known working key. I went ahead and locked the door. That is locked. See, this key does unlock the car. Gonna lock it again. Saw a little stem go down. Lock. And let's try this out. Oh, there we go. Still the original locks. How cool is that? So that's what that looks like burned the rest of the way in. That's hopefully gonna work. The next step, I guess, is to find out if the heat had warped anything. So that still lines up straight. About to find out. Alright, y'all, it fits. Everything's good, everything lined up still. I didn't have to do anything crazy off camera. I didn't bolt it up all the way, but the rack does move up and down that. And before I had the rack, I did hand thread both bolts all the way in. They go all the way up to the shoulder. I think we're good. I just realized that I only got 2 washers while I was at the hardware store. I'll probably end up getting like 2 lock washers for these as well, and they will definitely probably get some type of Loctite on there when this goes in for the final time. But it's in. That was a big leap for the next step. So I got the steering joint on the end of the column here. I'm not going to take it back off because it was very hard to get back on. I ended up having to take the little sander and sand around the end of the column. I'm not sure why. I took my calipers and everything matched what the old one did. I'm not sure if it was just pressed on that tight. Who knows? But it's on there now. Next, we're going to have to get the engine back in so I can make sure that the steering shaft itself is going to clear everything. That way I know where we're going to put our third joint and where we're going to put the Heim joint. If you don't have one of these extendable boom lights from Milwaukee, you need to get one. It's fantastic. It's got 2 different power buttons. You got one right up by the battery that turns it on and off. You also got one on the back of the light itself that turns it on and off. You also got the other button that has 3 different light modes. You know, bright, brighter, and brightest, as I like to call it. On the brightest setting, on a regular 12 amp hour battery, I get about 6 hours, which I think pretty good. 8 hours, I don't know, it might be more than that. I have to look. I know when I put the 12 amp hour Forge battery on there, I got significantly more, probably extra 3 or 4 hours. Goes right on the end of the cherry picker here, magnetic. It's got a handle to drop it off. It's really sturdy. Fantastic tool. Of course, the shadow's all in the wrong spots, but we're gonna deal with it. This joint, I kind of decided to get up in this corner here because there's a kind of a natural swoop curve dip in the frame here where the control arm is. So as much as I want to tuck it more over towards the frame, I can't really, because when the set screws are in, even though I might get smaller set screws or trim these down, I need space for the set screws to be able to spin around there. You can see right behind that I have that Heim joint sitting there. That Heim joint, I'll have to take the engine back out and make some type of mount for that, but the Heim joint's going to go in that general area. Also, I just kind of have the engine kind of plopped in a general spot. I know this shaft's going to clear because I know that shouldn't be touching right now. It's just the engine's tilted a little to the side. That's fine. Again, I still haven't repositioned the chain on the hoist to get that where it needs to go. Engine's back out. I got another one of these threaded sleeve piece things. I cut a hole in the frame here. I'm probably gonna have to cut this in half, but this is gonna sink down in here, and I'll weld around that so I'll have a threaded spot for the Heim joint on the steering rod. I'll put that back together and show you that. So that's what that's gonna look like. Up, over, into there. I'll have that sleeve piece probably sticking out just a little bit. That way I can still use these jam nuts if I ever wanted to take this heim joint out or if I ever had to replace it, I have that option still. Alright, change of plans. That didn't work. The joints were binding up. So this joint was up in this area. I ended up cutting out part of that frame area that I already plated in. Drop this down in it. I got a better angle here now. Nothing's binding up. I had to look it up. These joints are only good for about a 35-degree angle. I use my little protractor thingy here. I'm at like a 26, 27-degree angle now, and it works out a lot better. So I had to take this apart, plate that up again, put the heim joint back on, figure out where that's going to go now, and then that should be done. Alright, now the steering shaft stuff's done. Ended up cutting out more of this, plating this. Got that piece sunk down in here for the heim joint, welded around that. Everything's boxed in again. I got plenty of clearance around everything. Good to go. So you can see this is a lot more of a smoother angle down now. That was up in here, so moved it significantly. So that's probably going to wrap up this video. This ended up getting stretched out over like 2 weeks because of random little things in life. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.